My guest tonight is a Gold Logie-winning television host, a champion advocate for brain cancer research, and has more dirt on me than I care to admit. Would you please welcome Carrie Bickmore? Hello. It is
This is weird.
It's good to be back on a desk with you, Carrie.
I don't like being on this side of the desk.
It's more stressful, isn't it? It's genuinely more stressful. But you are about to be back at our old stomping ground, The Project. You're about to go back to work after 6 months of leave after giving birth to your youngest daughter, Adelaide. Is it going to be harder or easier, your life now?
Do you have to ask that question? You have a child of your own. It is so much easier going to work. It is going to be... You can have a coffee without it going cold, you know, you can pee without people watching. It's very good. It'll be great.
They let you pee without people watching?
Didn't they do that back
They
in
never
your
let
day?
me do that. I'm very angry
Actually,
about that.
I do have mixed emotions, I'll be honest, because I've really loved my time at home. Addie was quite a tricky baby to start with, and I only feel like now we've gotten into the groove, and oh, there she is. Aww. But I'm really looking forward to seeing Waleed and Pete and all the guys in at The Project, and yeah, I've really missed them.
Now, you're actually bringing up 10 years on The Project this year. Do you miss me?
I still find it strange that we are still on air, given I remember the first episode that we did together on that show, and Hughesy, I distinctly remember the episode finishing him standing up and saying, well, that's my career done. But I remember thinking, if that's Hughesy's career done, then you and I are stuffed.
One thing you do very well, I think, is the way you present yourself on social media. And there was something recently I loved. You posted this beautiful photo first of you and Addie just hanging out, relaxing, head on a perfect angle. And then you posted the real shot, which was this. So why ruin the fairy tale?
I know, sorry. Well, when Chris, my partner, took the original photo, I was asleep. And when I woke up from being asleep, he said to me, I took the most beautiful photo of you and Addie just then. And I had in my head how it was going to look. And then when he showed it to me, I was like, oh my God, is that what I look like? And I was mortified. I was just pale, I was drained, I was exhausted. I had a 4-week-old baby. That's what I should have looked like. But I was like, oh, and I said, oh, can you take another one? But then when I looked at it, I realised that there was not a single bit of the emotion of the original moment. And I think I felt disappointed in myself that I hadn't liked that first moment, because that was me and my newborn baby girl doing something, you know, in a moment together. I think that's why I wanted to show. I still like the pretty pictures on Instagram and love getting caught up in, you know, and a beautiful dress, that kind of thing. But, you know, that's my world most of the time.
Now, I want to have a look at another photo of yours. These are caps with your family's initials. There's CW for Chris Walker, your partner, who makes this show with me. Your CB, there's Ollie, Evie, and one more to come for Addie. Now, there are a lot of surnames going on here.
We're the modern family.
You are the modern family. No, but you are what you would say a blended family, but you've always had a blended family your whole life.
I've known no different. You know, I grew up with my mum and dad, and then my parents split up when I was quite young. And my mum fell in love with our next door neighbour. She said she fell in love with him watching him iron through the kitchen window, which is not creepy at all. And we then began a blended family. I instantly gained 2 sisters, and we all grew up together, and it was an incredibly challenging childhood, because anyone who's in a blended family will know it's really hard. And I think it prepared me for the fact that life isn't necessarily perfect, and it's not always the way you plan it. And that was probably a good thing, because my life didn't work out necessarily the way I would have designed it. But now I have the most gorgeous, beautiful, non-traditional family, and we all have last names, and we must be a nightmare for schools and, you know, passports and anything else. But that's who we are, and I think family is about so much more than, you know, sharing the same blood.
Something else in your family I wanted to ask about. You've spoken publicly about anxiety, particularly anxiety around the birth of your second daughter, Evie.
Yeah.
And your partner, Chris, has OCD.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how do you talk about mental illness within your family?
We don't spend a lot of time talking about it, I think. I think the thing is, that's what we have, and we both openly, you know, I saw a psychologist when I was pregnant with Evie, because I had this real fear of giving birth to Evie, because I nearly died after I gave birth to Ollie, and I went to see a counsellor, and I never was like, oh, I better keep that quiet from the kids. I'd just tell Ollie, like I would if I was going to the dentist or the doctor, that I was going to see, you know, my counsellor that day. And I think it's the same with Chris's OCD. You know, both of those things are a part of our life that obviously we talk about because they're a part of our life, but we don't take special time to talk about it as if it's a strange thing or a thing to be ashamed of or anything. It's who we are.
That behaviour is a gift to your kids because they grow up without any stigma about mental illness as a result
And there
of that.
shouldn't be, you know, there shouldn't be at all. And yeah, I'd hate to think my kids, you know, ever felt ashamed at all for struggling in any way.
You won the Gold Logie in 2015 and famously did this.
I want to ask anybody that's on TV in Australia tomorrow to whack on a beanie. I want to get the nation talking about brain cancer.
You have gone on to raise more than $11 million for brain cancer research, and this week you were awarded the Order of Australia. Now, you actually got the Order of Australia for service to the broadcast media and to brain cancer awareness. Now, surely that's more for the brain cancer side of things, because I've been pretty dedicated to broadcast media as well, and I haven't got an Order of Australia.
No, I mean, it's coming up on 20 years working in the industry, but I still feel like I've got a long way to go. I hope it's not like the end of my career. You know, for all your service, here's your award on the way out. Can I just say,
yes,
on the brain cancer thing, though, I feel like even though it's incredible we've raised that amount of money, we need so much more. So one of the things we're doing this year is a group of friends and family. We're going to do the world's toughest half marathon in Tasmania, which is 21 k's straight up a mountain.
Is that the Mount Wellington?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is brutal.
Yeah. So here and now, I thought I'd ask you, do you want to join? I mean,
I don't see how I could possibly say no.
you
Absolutely,
can't.
you've done that to me now.
I'm
Yes.
going to walk it, so you don't have to run it.
Oh, I can walk it.
Yeah, you can't cycle it, which is a shame for you.
But I can
because
drive.
I know you love your Lycra. You can't drive it. In fact, you know, Charlie used to come into the project office and come to meetings in his cycling gear. Yes, it was so highly inappropriate. And with the stance, you know, the broad
What do you mean the stance? What was I? I was like, yeah, guys, got some interesting stuff for the show. Let's talk show, guys.
It's just not cool. Anyway, great. So you're joining us?
All right, I'm in.
Great.
I'm in,
Good.
absolutely. Well, everything you've done, your career, the foundation, everything is an extraordinary achievement. And I just want to say that every single day when I go into work, I miss the fact that I'm not seeing you. So thank you very much for coming.
I miss you too.
Would you please thank Carrie Bickmore?